Welcome back, IE MMA fans. As usual, we have another great night of fights for you. But first, and more importantly, do you want to fight me? Stay tuned and hear what that's all about from my friend Steven Romero. You. Yeah. We are back, guys, and I want you to check out my cool new shirt first and foremost. Then I'd like to introduce the creator of the shirt, Steven Romero, of Fight Me Clothing. So we want to know, why did you start this company? What was the reason behind it?
The reason behind Fight Me was really to instill confidence back in your individual person, and you as a person. More so, Fight Me is an aggressive term, if you will, but it's also representative of overcoming opposition. It represents having the will to never give up, to continue your fight, whether you're fighting cancer, leukemia, autism, you name it, to fighting in a ring or a cage. That's what Fight Me is representative of.
Now, what made you want to do clothing in specific, as opposed to any of the other industries you could have gotten into?
When deciding to develop the brand Fight Me, I wanted to make it. Obviously, it's a simple way of marketing. Marketing the brand was to create clothing, but then I remembered that there are organizations like the American Cancer Society, for the different types of cancer. There are, the Leukemia Society, Leukemia Foundations, separate different charity organizations that are all represented by a symbol. What better way to get the symbol out instead of via social media or website, than to brand it on my body and everyone else's in the world.
Walking advertisements, that's
exactly what it is. It's product placement.
Free advertisement, you can't beat it.
Well, I wouldn't say free, but it's definitely product placement, yeah.
There you go. Well, now I know that specifically your shirt has a very big meaning behind it. And
it does.
I'd like for you to explain that to us.
We created this shirt at Fight Me with the help of my friend Amit Laran, who trains at Tarzana Boxing, as a fundraiser to help a gentleman by the name of Mel Franklin. And if you were to see the back of my shirt, you would see his name, Mel Fistifuri Franklin. Shout out to Mel. I hope you get better, buddy. Mel is fighting acute kidney failure. And Mel is a former pro fighter and trains at he's one of the trainers at Tarzana Boxing. So Amit came to me and said, I have this friend who's a trainer and this is what he's going through and it's a tough time. And I said, well, how can we help? This is kind of what Fight Me is based off. He says, I'm not sure. I said, well, why don't we put our heads together? Let's talk to the owner of Tarzana Boxing and talk about putting a fundraiser together. With the help of Thor Skanky, who also is a pro fighter, and Barbara, who is the owner of Tarzana Boxing, we put together a fundraiser, and I developed the T-shirts, and on the back they say Mel Fistifuri. Can I turn around and show it to you?
Absolutely, turn around.
Perfect. Let's
get that.
See that?
Oh yeah, we got it.
Perfect. So the idea was to sell the shirts and donate all the proceeds to Mel himself, to help pay for the extensive medical bills.
Absolutely, I'm sure that is quite a cost. And you did that, you said, last night?
We did this, yeah, the fundraiser was last night.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the fundraiser was last night in Tarzana Boxing.
Do you know how much you raised yet?
We don't yet, we don't have a tally yet, but we're kind of excited to find out.
And I guarantee you Mel has got to be extremely grateful and just overwhelmed with how much
I'm sure he was. He's got a lot on his mind, and I would hate for that to be the last thing he thinks about, or the first thing he thinks about, but he's got a lot on his mind, and I just hope he gets better.
So there's a lot behind Fight Me. It's more than just a clothing brand or a cool name or a catchy slogan or anything like that. It actually has a very sincere and intense message behind it. Would you share that with us? Absolutely.
It really boils down to overcoming adversity, like I stated before. Anything from fighting leukemia, autism, cancer, nephrotic syndrome. As of lately, I wasn't aware of what nephrotic syndrome was. A very dear friend of mine, Tyler Ransom, who is, I believe he's 11 now, and he deals every day with nephrotic syndrome. It's a syndrome that affects the kidneys and doesn't allow his body to filter the bad stuff out and keep the good stuff in. So some days he wakes up and he's 7 to 10 or even 20 pounds heavier than he was when he went to sleep. And it's, and he's a jiu-jitsu player. He trains with the Gracies. Amazing kid, just amazing. And he is really the epitome of Fight Me. Every day he has to fight just to be normal. Normal in what we perceive as normal anyways. Mm-hmm. So we represent everything from that battle to having the courage to stand in a ring or a cage.
And so Fight Me just covers a whole broad range of anything that you are trying to overcome. It basically is what.
Absolutely.
Just your own personal struggles.
Your own personal struggles, whether it be confidence, self-esteem, you want to lose weight, you want to gain weight. It really means to never give up on you.
So that means anyone, this isn't just about fighting in the ring. If you want a cool shirt like this, because clearly I don't fight in the ring, you can get one too. And where could somebody get your product?
You can visit our website, fightmeclothing.com. You can check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/officialfightme, or follow us on Twitter at fightmeclothing.
Couldn't have said it better myself, and that wraps us up. And if you like my cool shirt or my friend Steven's here, be sure to visit the website.
Fight fans, here we go. Spar Star Promotions is proud to present 3 rounds of mixed martial arts in the middleweight division. Once again, our referee in charge of this bout, Michael Bell. And now, introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner, he is wearing red and black trunks. He is training out of Team Hyaston in North Hollywood. He joins us from Glendale, California, by way of Armenia. He weighed in 175 pounds. His record, 1 win with 1 loss. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Edgar Khachatryan. His opponent across the cage, fighting out of the blue corner. He is wearing black trunks, trimmed in white. He is training out of System 8 Fight Club in Hawthorne, California, by way of Las Vegas, Nevada. He weighed in 173 pounds. His record, no wins with 2 losses. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Tyrone, the Hurricane Bethley!
3x2 amateurs mixed martial arts in the red. Khachatryan, Team Hyaston. In the blue, the Hurricane, Tyrone Bethley. And this one is on.
And away we go.
Big looping lead left from Tyrone. Saw that coming.
And he's already tied up where Hector said he shouldn't be.
Yeah, he's in Edgar's world. He's a judo player, trained 6 times a week. Walk us through what's going on here, Hector.
He's got the head and arm. He doesn't even have the arm anymore. He's got the head. He's looking for a head crack. He's got that wizard. He's in a good position. Tyrone's in a bad spot there. He's got to look to. Oh, he's
Bethley back to his feet now.
Very
now
nice.
With Khachatryan against the cage, delivering knees.
Bethley throwing a lot of knees. Edgar looks pretty relaxed. He looks comfortable where he's at.
He's got an over-under grip here. It looks like he's trying to jockey for position, turns and gets his opponent in the blue corner off the cage, looking for a judo throw, and he gets the takedown.
Too long on the tie-up there.
You could see the hip toss coming right there from Khachatryan.
Oh, looking for the arm lock. He's got that arm. See his left arm there? He's going to trap it.
He's looking for, is it a crucifix or arm bar? What's going on there, Hector?
He's got, his right arm is caught in between the legs. And what Edgar's trying to do is trying to pull the leg in there and stretch that arm and hyperextend the elbow.
Khachatryan looking to take all the wind out of the Hurricane in the first round. That arm is getting taxed.
The only thing Edgar needs to do is slide his knee down to the top of his wrist, and he might be able to get it. But, you know, Tyrone's definitely in a bad spot here.
As if not bad enough, too. Khachatryan punching him in the head.
Yeah, and he has no defense. His arms are tied up.
So far, Bethley's managed to escape and survive. He's about to pop his head out right now.
Edgar's not letting go of that head no matter what. He's definitely got a good tight grip on it.
Bethley's throwing that right arm like a kid swinging at a piñata. He's not really seeing his target, but he's letting it fly.
Very awkward position, I must say, for both both guys there.
Good sportsmanship at the end of the round. Bethley stayed there. He kind of nodded a bow to Khachatryan, who kind of patted him on the head and then walked back to his corner.
Yeah, something I did notice is that Edgar in the red corner, he got up, and in the blue corner, Tyrone didn't get up right away. Is he gassed? He's breathing pretty hard. How tough is it to have all that weight and pressure on top of you the whole round?
Well, the thing is, Tyrone definitely used the most energy out of both guys in the first round. He was more aggressive. He was putting all that force. Edgar stayed calm, stayed relaxed. He kind of just did a couple head and arms, didn't use a lot of energy. So I'm looking for Edgar having a little more energy coming in the second round. Tyrone looked a little gassed.
Yeah, I mean, let's stay with Aaron's scuba diving analogy of being in the water. Bethley was treading the whole round. He's showing more exhaustion because of it. Khachatryan got to pretty much do what he wanted to do that round, other than let Bethley get out and go to the second.
Yeah, Bethley is a fish out of water here right now, and I don't really know what he can do to survive this round, but he's got to switch it up.
Well, he's got the opportunity to start fresh and make this his round. We didn't really get a chance to see too much of his offense. He might have something that Khachatryan will have trouble dealing with, but he's got to start it, and he's got to start it now.
And if Edgar gets into the clinch right away, this is going to be a long round for Tyrone.
A lot of footwork, a lot of hands bouncing up and down, some good head movement.
And it takes so much energy to throw those jumping kicks, and he eats a huge leg kick in return.
These guys, Khachatryan looked at him like, well, that's what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to kick you. This is a fight.
That's supposed to hurt.
And unfortunately, Edgar, like most of the guys from Team Hyacinth, they never have their hands up.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, his hands are low. But so far, he's not been made to pay for that.
If you notice, coming out in the second round, Tyrone, I was about to say not as aggressive, and as I was about to say, he comes out real aggressive. So he needs to keep that aggression to keep Edgar off of his, to counter his skills.
And he gives a thumbs up to the crowd as they get into the corner.
It's an interesting situation to be in for Bethley because on striking, he's having trouble a little bit at range. Seems like Khachatryan's getting the better of the strikes, and then grappling is Khachatryan's world. So where do you go if you're Bethley?
Looking at him here in the corner, it looked like Tyrone was looking out to the crowd, kind of worried about what the crowd's thinking and looking instead of really focusing on the fight.
And Tyrone takes himself down into mount. He's in a bad spot. Edgar got an arm bar here.
He's looking for the arm bar.
Abandons it. He got back control.
He don't quite got it yet, but he took a nice punch.
And he's trying to tear this arm and take it home.
Doesn't got it yet. He's got to get that leg through. The referee's keeping an eye on it.
Yeah, Aaron's right. He created this himself. He was looking to toss Khachatryan, and he didn't do it. He fell right down into a mount. And now his arm is
deep. He might be in trouble. No. As long as he keeps that weight on there, he's got a short time.
10 seconds.
He's trying to slam him. He's got to be careful with that arm.
Bethley will not quit. Less than 10 seconds to go. Wow.
And he survives the round on top, landing hammer fist, one around.
Say what you will about Bethley. That guy is tough.
And he's pumped up going into the corner. He's having a ball.
He came back to his corner like he won the round.
It was a
that was very close, too. He did have that arm in position. The only thing Edgar was looking to arch on that, didn't get the possibility to do that because Tyrone slammed him down to the ground and threw punches, so he did distract him, bought him some time. So here we go in the third round.
And Tyrone had one flurry that was somewhat effective in that round where he, like you said, had needed to be more aggressive, kind of bum rushed his way in, and he did land a couple punches. What do you think he should do coming out to the third round?
I think he needs to keep it up. He needs to keep that tempo, the same tempo he's been doing first and second round. He definitely looks like the aggressor in this fight. Even though Edgar has been in better positions in the fight, to me it looks like Tyrone at this point is the aggressor in the fight.
In Khachatryan's corner, you saw Roman Matichian all fired up. Karan Darbedian also giving him some advice.
I think Tyrone's going to come out with a spinning back kick here, Ron.
He's got to come out with something dynamic. The problem is that even when he initiates an offense, the end of the story ends up being something that favors Edgar.
It's going to be interesting to see who's in better shape here. Third round, we usually find that out.
Whoever gets off first here, I think is going to be the victor in the fight. This is a really important round. And the jumping front kicks from Tyrone.
Tyrone has been missing at range almost every time he's thrown kicks and punches. He's not quite on the dartboard with throwing those shots. Again, another left hand, and Edgar just sees it coming like the Matrix.
Edgar's got a really good kick. I think he needs to stay on that kick. I don't see no defense with Tyrone. Every kick he's done, he's landed. So I think Edgar should really stick with that, jab kick that he's been doing.
And his corner is screaming at Edgar to start throwing.
Bethley's got a lot of feints, and then he comes in and he completely misses and he pays for it.
If Edgar's not careful, he might get caught with that big overhand right. He's got his hands down.
Yeah.
He almost
And that's what Tyrone's looking for.
Big looping left connects.
And then he goes to grapple against the cage with Khachatryan, and that might have been a mistake. Knees now by
Tyrone
Bethley.
looking for a double leg.
Yeah, I think Aaron might have nailed it there too.
I think if
Khachatryan's leaving his chin out a lot. That might be the one-way ticket to victory for Bethley.
I think if Bentley takes him down here, things will be looking good for him in this fight here. It looked like he'd be winning if he gets the take. He doesn't get the takedown. The referee stops him. Good separation, and here we go.
This is good for Tyrone here. Tyrone needs to throw that left hand and just hope it lands.
Yeah, he needs to get that open chin. I agree. I think that's his ticket.
Nice kick.
That's his key to victory is that looping left.
Edgar just need to be throwing that kick. They've been effective all fight long. 10 seconds.
10 seconds left in the round. Bethley in the blue, Khachatryan in the red. Bethley a little too little, a little too late.
Yeah, too little, too late.
But that guy, make no mistake about it, that guy doesn't even know the definition of the word quit. He's tough.
He's in there, the howling, screaming in the corner.
Definitely.
He is fired up. He wishes this was going a couple more rounds.
He definitely took some big kicks from Edgar. Tyrone got a couple clean punches in the fight. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be a tough job for the judges.
How do we see it here at the announcer's table? I think Edgar won that fight. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think they're all close rounds, but I would say I think every round Edgar did just enough, at least appeared to be in control or dominant position at almost all points of the fight.
Yeah, Tyrone just waited too long to get off. If he would have fought as he did the last 20 seconds or last half of each round, the whole fight, he could have won this fight. But it's tough, amateur fights are shorter 2-minute rounds in the amateur division. You've got to go for it. And as Hector always says, you've got to fight the entire fight as if it's, you're in the last minute. Just go for it. The whole time falls to the right.
But I think what you said before is the most pertinent point, because the shorter rounds tend to be a disadvantage for someone whose jiu-jitsu is their strong suit, because you need more time to set things up. Your key to victory for Bethley was you thought that striking in the open chin of Khachatryan would be his ticket, and that's something he could have done, as you said, the whole round, every round. It just, for whatever reason, he just did not do it.
Yeah, he has himself to blame for this one.
Thank you.
It's a learning experience. He's 0-2.
Now this fight number 7 is done, right? So we're just going to move to 8.
He was the better striker. If he would have had confidence, he could have won that fight.
But
Yeah, and the open chin, too, was, like I said, was right there.
And maybe he did win the fight. We still haven't heard the decision.
That's true. We're talking like we know. We don't know. We're on the outside of the cage. You know who knows? The guy in the tux on the inside of the cage. He's going to tell us right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the scorecards. We have our decision. Judge number 1 scores the bout 29 to 27 and a half. Judge number 2 scores the bout 29 and a half to 28 and a half. And judge number 3 scores the bout 30 to 28 and a half in favor of our winner by unanimous decision, the red corner, Edgar Khachatryan.
So Team Hayatsun picks up a victory right now. Edgar Khachatryan walks away 2-1, and I think you're in that fight. I think he made it go as much his way as possible. And I think Bethley, as Aaron said, had opportunities to try to turn the tide the other way. He simply just did not do it.
Like Hector said, I would have liked to have seen Edgar use the leg kick more, because when he did throw it, you could hear it snap like a gunshot through the whole crowd.
Definitely hard kicks. He just needs to, get used to it, be more comfortable in there. And that's what they're here for. They're here to learn, get comfortable, see what works, what doesn't work. And hopefully he takes that with him to his next fight.
MMA again, and we're doing a little warm-up before we start doing some crazy stuff today. Word to the wise, don't leave your director alone with the owner of a MMA gym, because this is what happens. I have to copy these guys. I don't have to show them up.
What we're doing right now, yeah. No. There you go. What we're doing right now is we're going into the X guard. It's kind of a trap when you're on your back. It's a good position to go into because any defense or reaction your opponent's going to give you gives you an opportunity to reverse the position. And that's what I'm teaching right now, is to go in and out of the X guard. Okay, Sameya's going to put David in a flying armbar. She puts her foot up in his hip. He's grabbing her and he's pulling her towards you. And she jumps, hooks his head, falls back, armbar. Yeah. Get a different angle. Get a different angle.
Okay, different angle.
If a man ever grabs you by the head and he starts pulling you towards him, put your foot up into his stomach, your shin across his belly. You got it. Now one from over there. You got it. You're going to be so impressed. That's going on your Facebook wall. Good. Okay, Sameya's going to run into a flying armbar. She grabs, jumps. Woo! Armbar. I got to watch that.
Let's see, one more time.
One more time.
Oh, it's gonna attack me.
Yeah. Now you run towards her and grab her. Run towards her and grab her, and then you're just going to counter with the flying armbar. So if a man runs up to you and he grabs you by your neck, you're going to put your foot up, and you're going to flying armbar him. We got to watch that.
This is my buddy David. David, say hi.
Hi.
And I just kicked his butt, but we're still friends. So in case you guys ever want to look terrifying or scary, learn the flying armbar. And that about does it for this episode of IE MMA.